It's not even controversial anymore.
People know in Florida their freedoms are going to be respected.
Miranda, welcome.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, we're going to talk about the spring break crackdown coming up next, which is hilarious. First, we did talk about DEI in Florida on the show already this week. I hope that Florida's going to set an example here for the rest of the country of why DEI is such a bad thing.
Yeah, we do like to set trends, whether they're good or bad. We are trendsetters down here. But so Florida Board of Governors has basically said that any money spent in these DEI programs goes against like their rules and regulations, basically because DEI would spend money on people relating to directly to their race, gender identity, sexual orientation, country of origin, etc. So University of Florida is the first one to kind of pull the plug on that, eliminating all positions related to their DEI program, which is about 12 full-time jobs and 15 administrative appointments. So
that is insane that you would need 12 full-time jobs and administrative appointments to make sure you're not being racist. It's crazy. And to me, I always say that about Washington State. When you have a state like Washington that's supposed to be uber progressive and, oh, we're better than all these other states. Why do you need so many DEI initiatives then? Like, are your state employees racist? Are they going to be racist in their hiring practices? Are the citizens racist? I don't get it. So I love this. I got not an argument, a back and forth with on Instagram over this. Wands, the guy who sings the hook on the Macklemore song, I'm gonna pop some tags, which he's awesome. And he was, commenting on, because he's from Washington, I assume. So maybe I had a DEI, I had an Instagram about Florida getting rid of its DEI programs, right? And he basically was like, well, you don't understand what it's like not to, just be a white lady. And I get it. But at the same time, you really think that why do you think Juan's got that hook on the Macklemore song? Because his voice was probably perfect for what Macklemore was looking for, and he's a talented performer. Now it's like, okay, imagine they gave that to a transgender person because they just wanted it to be a transgender person. You probably would have been pretty pissed off, right? DEI is racist as hell and bigoted as hell. So
it is
insane. All right, let's talk about spring break. So people might not know this about me, but back in my college days, I was quite the little party animal and not potty animal. I was quite the potty animal. And because you lived in Miami, of course, that's a little cheaper. Like, we'll just stay with my sister and we'll go party spring break in Florida. And it was wild. Like, Miami Beach is crazy on spring break. Well, the city of Miami Beach put out a video, I'll play a clip of it, saying that they are breaking up with spring breakers.
Our idea of a good time is relaxing on the beach.
Hitting up a spa. Or checking out a new restaurant.
You just want to get drunk in public and ignore laws.
Do you even remember what happened last March?
That was our breaking point, so we're breaking up with you.
And don't try to apologize and come crawling back. This isn't safe, so we're done.
And just so you know, we're serious.
This March, you can expect things like curfews, bag checks, and restricted beach access.
DUI checkpoints, $100 parking, and strong police enforcement for drug possession and violence.
Whatever it takes, because it's time to move on.
Maybe we can talk when you're done with your spring break phase, but until then.
So I saw that and I'm like, that can't be serious. Like, is it a joke or something? But no, even Ron DeSantis came out. He's like, we're going to help Miami crack down on spring breakers. Here's a clip.
Make no mistake about it, if you're coming here in order to enjoy Florida, to have a good time, fine. If you're coming for these other reasons, if you're committing crimes, causing havoc, you are going to pay the price. And we will hold you accountable because that's what we do here. I know some people may be coming from other jurisdictions where they can get away with this type of activity. That is not going to fly in the Sunshine State.
So how are people reacting to this? I mean, has it been that bad in Miami Beach for spring break?
Yeah, honestly, like you said, even 15, 20 years ago when we used to party down here, it was bad, but it has just gotten exponentially worse. And I think Miami's just become one of those like trendy places to be. And it's not like it's not college kids doing keg stands and listening to techno music. It is like full grown adults like coming down here during spring break and like causing the most obscene ruckus. Like last year, I think we had 4 shootings that led to death on South Beach. And I think it's important to like make a clear signal to people that just because you're here to party and it's spring break doesn't mean like laws don't exist. So rules that they've put into place to kind of like quell the crowds a bit have been put in place before in an emergency effort, but now they're just putting them in place in advance to just maybe deter some people from even coming to South Beach to begin with.
Yeah, and so part of me is like, and first of all, you said they're not like we used to do 15, 20 years ago. 20 years ago, I would have been 15. I was not in Miami partying spring break when I was 15, for the record. But so the first thing I was like, oh, good for them, because it does get rowdy. But at the same time, I mean, don't businesses rely on that sort of rush during spring break to make money? Are they concerned about that?
Yeah, so I think most businesses that sit on the beach really do rely on the income of spring breakers. However, there's still only so many hotel rooms that can get filled up. There's only so many tables at restaurants, and that's still going to happen because a lot of the people that I think that are coming to Miami to enjoy spring break are flying in, taking an Uber to the beach, checking into their hotel, and like being a patron of the beach. However, because of all the crime, and a lot of it's like gun related crime, those are people that are driving in, like those are locals. I'm sorry. Like, so a lot of the things they're putting into effect are basically to cut down on the amount of parking, cut down on the amount of traffic just heading to the beach to cause these crowds that just loiter and get unruly. Most businesses, especially the ones on Ocean Drive that experience like the most spring breakers, they're actually they have mixed feelings, but they think it is like a necessary thing because a couple of business owners had said like a lot of the people that cause these issues aren't going to the restaurants. They're not shopping in the shops. They're standing on Ocean Drive, loitering until things get rowdy, causing fights. And then there are some local businesses, like businesses that rely on local patrons that are going to lose a little bit this weekend and next weekend. Most of the people that go to their businesses are locals, and locals, for the most part, aren't going to be caught dead driving to South Beach this coming weekend.
Yeah, so my understanding was they're closing down basically like any parking garage, any public parking lot, so that you can't have these people, because Miami Beach and Miami are different, right? So you can have people drive in from Miami, but where are they going to park? They're not going to. So is it gang members? Is that the concern here? Is like stopping gang members from driving over and loitering?
I mean, the thing is like, probably yes. I don't hear a lot about like official like gangs in Miami. When you listen to the news, they're not like the so-and-so gang, it's just, I think there's a lot of like, out of town rivals coming in and people that maybe have beef just from every spring break. Like it's like a tradition for them to have beef. I don't know. But it is, I think, just like trying to cut back on the number of people that visit the beach this one time of the year just to like cause some problems. I don't know. I hate to think that people go over there just to cause problems, but I mean, there's other rules too. They're going to shut the beaches down at like sundown. So you can't be out on the sand past sunset. There's towing fines that are doubled for people who are like coming in and the towing on the beach is already very expensive. Yeah. So that's definitely would stop me from going over there. I think the police can only do so much with so many people. And if you go over there on this weekend, there are so many police officers. The police presence is huge, and that still doesn't stop this stuff from happening. So I think that them just trying to cut back on the number of people that are coming onto the beach is just going to help them in an effort to keep the crime down and just keep it cool, because everybody's supposed to be just like enjoying a weekend in Miami.
Right. If you're staying, like you said, if you're staying at a hotel, you're flying in, you're Ubering over, you're doing all that, shopping, all that, you're not the problem, you're not the issue. People who are coming in, driving over the bridge to congregate and get drunk and do coke or whatever it is, and then get into fights and shootings, that's the issue. So this is fascinating. I'm very interested to see how it goes. All right, Miranda, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
It's not even controversial anymore.
People know in Florida their freedoms are going to be respected.